uur wordt de avondshow overgenomen door Shame.
KINK.
De avondshow. KINK in touch. KINK in touch.
KINK in touch with Jasper.
So Sean, maybe you could kick it off.
Yeah, good to be here, man. Thank you for having us on the show.
And Charlie as well. Welcome, guys.
Hello, wanker.
That's a good way to start. Fucking hell. You guys are here in the studio to talk about a new album which is coming up. Last time I saw you guys, it was in the sun in Barcelona. Now we are in a basement in the Netherlands with a lot of rain.
Yeah,
What's better for you guys?
It kind of feels like home, to be honest.
Really?
I mean, it rains like 250 days of the year in England, so kind of used to it.
It feels like home for you guys here, and you are here to bring a new album. It's already here on vinyl. That's a good thing, because normally when a band releases a new album, the vinyl is not yet there, because there's a lot of vinyl pressure for bands. You need to release an album and there's no vinyl.
Yeah. It's already number one.
What? You have a number one album?
We got the news today with the first band in history to have a number one without releasing the record yet.
That's a great thing.
Yeah. We're very happy.
The cash is rolling in.
But how did it work for you guys? When was this album finished? Because the vinyl is here.
We finished it, so it was pretty quick turnaround. We started writing it like mid-January last year. We went in to record it May 1st. And then when it finished getting mastered, it was maybe like August or September or something like that. And then the vinyl arrived at my parents' house just before Christmas happened. I got it sent there because I was going back there for Christmas. So it's a pretty quick turnaround all the year. We're very excited with how it looks and everything like that.
How big is the house of your parents? Because there must be a lot of boxes in that house.
No, don't worry. Only five.
Only 5 copies. Yeah.
We're not starting up a distribution label.
Ja. Tonight in de studio, Shame. De band heeft muziek uitgekozen. We gaan nieuwe muziek draaien van het album dat er binnenkort aankomt. The first song you chose was The War on Drugs. Why that one?
Well, there definitely wasn't any pressure from our label, who The War on Drugs are also on. No, I just... I thought it provided something different to the other tracks, so yeah, I like that song as well.
Charlie and Sean in the studio. The Netherlands is already treating you well, because I see one of the best beers from the Netherlands.
Yeah, we got taken to that place Oedipus, and it's very delicious, and we had some nice little burgers and stuff like that before we came over here, and it's a nice little IPA.
We're well oiled, as you would say in England. Charlie especially.
And I'm so glad you don't drink Heineken, because all the bands I know drink Heineken, and that's like shit water in the Netherlands. A bit, for me. Why do all the British bands drink so much Heineken or
Because it gets given to them for free.
Is that the thing?
Yeah, that's the reason.
We'll drink anything as long as it's free.
Yeah.
But there are great craft beer breweries in the UK as well, right?
Yeah, it's become such a massive thing. Like, I don't really usually drink beer. I usually drink Guinness, but obviously it's a bit harder to find over here and stuff like that.
You got it in a can, but that's not Guinness, right?
No, it's all right if it's in a can sometimes. But
Guinness in a can is acceptable.
But over here, I mean, we just got taken to a brewery, so you take what you can get.
I think you tend to avoid those kind of places in London. They're usually like a hot spot for hipsters. And lots of big bushy beards and
Yeah.
It's like €7.50 for a can of beer at those
Holy
places.
shit.
yeah, so it's just worth avoiding.
I was at one the other day, and it's that much.
What is the best place for a band like Shame now in London? Where do you go when you go out? Or where do you go to see other bands? What is the best place?
I mean, the Windmill in Brixton's always good. You know, I mean, there's always new bands coming through there. But in terms of like other places, I haven't actually been there yet. It's in East London. It's a bit of a trek away from where I live. But it's a place called the George Tavern, which is Whitechapel way.
Yeah, it seems to be a bit of a scene developing over there as well. And there's always new places popping up and kind of people starting nights and... Yeah.
Well, I mean, the best place to drink in London is Skians, which is in Nunhead. That's the best place you can be.
And they have Guinness, I assume?
Oh, it flows. It flows.
Smooth and tasty.
It's an Irish pub, yeah, and they have live music there like 3 or 4 times a week.
But the great thing about the UK as well, that the grassroots venues are very important. In a few weeks, I think there is a small venue week in the UK.
Independent venue week. Yeah.
What's that?
It's a very heavy week full of lots of drinking.
It's just for drinking. Okay.
No, it's good. It's probably the best way to discover the best new bands who are coming around at the moment. Definitely. The Windmill's I've known some people to have spent a lot of money courting bands at the Windmill's independent venue week.
Yeah.
I think Steen knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I know who you're talking about. Us.
Yeah.
There's a new album here. It's already here. That's so cool to see.
It is in the flesh.
It's insane artwork. It's like a painting, and I need this in a museum.
Yeah, I mean, it is currently being shown at the Guggenheim, which you can catch it there. But yeah, it's
the Real Shame exhibition.
Yeah, it's by Marcel de Zama, and he's an incredible artist. And it was the quickest and easiest artwork we've ever done for one of our albums. And the last 2 albums were both photography, which is great. But we wanted something different for this, and we just sent him the demos for the album. And just said, do whatever you want. And he came back with all of these, and we have 3 single artworks, the front cover, the back cover, and they're all different. And he did it all for free as well.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Does he already have a vinyl now?
I hope so.
He's going to be sent... No, so these, obviously it's not out yet or anything like that, but we're going to send them over 5 signed ones.
Wow. It's cool. It looks good. What does it mean to you? What does this mean, this album? Maybe
Money.
But maybe you have both another interpretation from this.
Honestly, I don't know. It's so abstract. I think only Marcel truly knows the secret behind the strokes. So
Yeah, I think also it's like with artwork, it's just sort of like, it's pretty much like you kind of fear it because it's like it must be so hard to get right. And usually, like, I'm sure with most of the processes of doing that, most of the process of getting an artwork for an album is like correcting and changing the sketching and stuff. And we didn't touch any of this. It was all just perfect.
that's why it's so good.
It is,
We had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
The album is called Food for Worms, and the first song which came out is Fingers of Steel. Was it always the plan to release the first song on the album as the first single?
No, we weren't originally going to do it, but the thing is about Fingers of Steel is it's got that sort of happiness to it. It's got that show of the piano and all the backing vocals and everything like that. And I think it's a really good sort of like representation of a lot of sort of themes musically of the album and of the lyrics and stuff like that. And you know, when we did that song, I always thought it was going to be the first song on the album, especially with the piano intro, to just sort of show that different the different side to it. And we're all really proud of it, and it's got that kind of chug to it.
I think we found the first clash of the night. Because Charlie, you have seen The Cure, and Sean, you're not.
I know. I'm actually gutted. I've never seen them live. I've always heard that they are absolutely fantastic live. So.
You can make us jealous, Charlie.
Yeah. They're really fucking good.
Especially to see them at Glastonbury as well. I feel like that's such a special gig to see.
Yeah, I was saying it's like one of those bands where you kind of forget how many hits they have just back to back to back to back. When we were over in America once, if you were at a certain stage of fame, you have your own radio station, and the Cure have one, and we turned it on once out of interest, and it's just like you forget how many songs they have over and over again.
They have their own radio station where they only play the music of The Cure?
Yeah.
Well, they have that. They have like Elvis FM. They have
really
the Rolling Stones.
That's like listening to Spotify, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, the Americans got there first.
But when there need to be a radio station of shame, what is the first song you play on a shame radio station?
Oh, God.
Ooh, that's a good question. Does it have to be a shame song?
I think so, yeah. yeah.
God, slim pickings then.
I don't know. I reckon Fingers of Steel, why not? Or Adderall, maybe, a song that nobody's heard yet.
I think the song nobody ever heard is Alibis.
Oh, yeah. Have you heard that one?
I've heard the whole fucking album, man.
Do you like it?
I love it. Because this is the way I like to hear shame. What the fun thing about your band is that the first album came out in 2018. That's now about 5 years ago.
Yeah, January 2018, yeah. So
it's 5 years ago now.
5 years ago, yeah.
But
That's
it feels
crazy,
like
man.
your band is here forever, and 3 albums in that time. That's a lot.
Well,
3 albums in 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny you say that because other people are just like, oh, you lazy fucking wankers. You
Really?
know? but I mean, I think because we took a bit of time between releasing Songs of Praise and Drunk Tank Pink, but, you know, it's pretty hectic to sort of, you've got to learn how to do it yourself. We also, you know, certain bands started out older than us. We were in this band from when we were like 17, 16 years old, so you're really working everything out for the first time. You don't have any sense of maturity or anything like that. But yeah, I think it's crazy, and I think this is the album we're all proudest of.
Why is this the best shame album?
You got to listen to it.
I did, and I can say it's the best album. Brecht is texting in. She was just learning Dutch, and there is a part of your band in her Dutch book.
Interesting.
It's about songs of praise. It's a review of your album, and it's in a Dutch school book.
Wow.
Really?
That's interesting.
How many stars has it got?
4.
Oh.
Is that enough?
Oh, burn it. The kids need to know there's 5.
That's probably the first and last time we'll ever be in a school.
Yeah. There's a playlist you made for this show, and one thing was weird, I think, is Rammstein. Why Rammstein?
I mean, I remember clearly being with Sean with this other guy we knew called Mike, and I remember him showing us Rammstein for the first time when we were like 15 years old or something like that.
Yeah, it kind of blew on
At some house in Streatham or something like that. And it's more like, I don't know how much of their music I've listened to, but I've inadvertently listened to quite a lot just because of their live performance. I think they're fucking hilarious. I think the whole name, I mean, my original name is Stein.
Oh,
you know?
really?
Yeah. You know,
Oh, wow, but now I would love to see a Shame cover night of Rammstein.
yeah, I'd be very down to do that.
We'd love to do it, definitely, yeah.
Maybe something special for KINK this year or next year, a Rammstein Shame evening, and then we invite Rammstein to do Shame.
Yes, I would pay good money for
I'm
that.
very down. He's a sexy motherfucker, the lead singer as well.
Vanavond in de studio de band Shame. Binnenkort komt het album Food for Worms uit. Ga je binnenkort alles over horen, want we bespreken dat album straks. Doen we na deze hele uitzending. Dus dat kun je binnenkort horen tijdens KINK in Touch. But you guys are controlling the playlist tonight. And that's a good thing, because you love music. And this is all good.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
I love it. You guys been here on the Lowlands Festival last year. I saw you there. There was an artist which we play a lot as well, who was crowd surfing there. She's called Veep, and that girl went on stage, I think, and they jumped in the crowd, and there she broke her arm.
Oh wait, is she an artist then?
She's an artist, yeah.
I had no
That's
idea.
the risk you take, you know. I'm surprised nothing bad's really ever happened to you, Charlie.
Yeah,
There's been so many.
Break something on stage, or
Josh has.
no.
Josh broke his leg once.
I broke my ankle.
You sprained your ankle. It's
No,
not the
I
same.
broke my ankle.
No, you didn't. You sprained it.
No, I broke it.
what did happen?
7 ribs. No, I just jumped over. Josh once.
He tripped over a monitor. It was nothing that rock and roll.
It's like Dave Grohl on that festival.
Yeah, but I finished the gig.
Yeah, yes, you did.
That's rock and roll.
And then I had to miss, like, everyone else got to go. I got given a load of Valium. And then they wrapped up this bandage on me. This, like, 17-year-old kid just had a bandage on me. And I was, like, took, like, 4 pills of Valium or whatever. And I woke up at 4 a.m. in the morning. And I looked down and half of my leg was blue. He'd wrapped it so tight that it cut
Holy
off the
fuck.
circulation. And then we had to get to Spain. And it was, like, the first time, you know, this is when we were starting touring and stuff like that. And we saw, like, a swimming pool, and it was at the hotel. And everyone, like, for the first time, we had, like, free time. And everyone got to go and jump in this swimming pool. And I had to be taken. A dear friend of ours, Dr. Kiko, who sadly passed away recently, rest in peace, but he took me to this hospital, and in the UK we don't do this, but there was this sort of nurse who asked me to, like, take down my pants, take down my trousers, and bend over, and put a fucking syringe into my ass.
What?
Yeah,
He
that's
loved
how
it.
in Spain. That's how they. That's how they do it. I don't know if they do it in the
So
Netherlands.
that's
like that.
no, I don't think so, but that's happening in Spain.
That was happening in Spain.
I thought you were about to say she put a suppository up your bottom, but
No.
You guys been here last year as well to play the fucking Ziggo Dome. That's a huge venue with Pearl Jam.
Yeah, it was amazing.
it was amazing they supported us at that gig. It was
That was cool,
fantastic,
but you did a sound check for night 1. The whole band was there in the Ziggo Dome, and then the moment, okay, they can't play because Eddie is sick. How was the day for you guys in the Ziggo Dome in Amsterdam?
Well, I
We
remember
went straight to the bar.
I remember
Really?
actually
Yes.
we just sound checked, and Pearl Jam were about to sound check, and they kind of closed off the stage area, and I remember I kind of managed to sneak in because I'd gotten cozy with one of the guitar techs, and I saw Eddie Vedder actually come up and attempt to do his sound check, and he looked like a man who was on death's door.
Whoa.
So I'm amazed he even managed to do the second night, considering how ill he was. But yeah, no, they were amazing. Lovely crew, lovely people.
Did you manage to meet the whole band? How does it work when you're supporting another band? Do you meet all the bands you play with, or how does it work?
Not necessarily. I remember their tour manager came down to our dressing room and was like, "Oh, the guys would love to meet you by the stage just as they're about to go on." So we kind of went down and we waited by these elevators and kind
We
of...
left and didn't see them. Yeah.
Oh,
We
really?
were sitting kind of waiting for about 5 minutes, and then suddenly the elevator doors just open and out comes the whole of Pearl Jam. And yeah, they were lovely. They were absolutely lovely guys.
Quite small. Really?
Yes.
How tall are they?
They are
Are they
quite-
just like Steve Lemaitre?
No. Eddie Vedder's he's Hollywood height, innit? 5'2", I reckon.
Wow.
But with a hat. That's how it is in Hollywood, though.
Yeah. You played a lot of shows with other bands as support, and now you are a band who needs a support act. Do you pick your own support, or how does that work for you?
We do pick our own supports, yeah. Obviously, you can't always get exactly who you want at the time, but...
The Beatles are often unavailable, yeah.
Or Eddie Vedder, small guy.
Eddie Vedder, yeah. Small guy, big support.
But no, we're lucky enough to have we've had so many amazing band supporters through the years. It's always great to give people a platform like people once gave us, so...
Here's 10 people to play to.
But how does it work for you guys? How do you pick a support band? Do you get a lot of bands on Spotify? Do you get a playlist? Do people
we get
direct messages? Do they slide into your DM? Or
we get sent through basically from whoever our booking agent is in America or the UK and Europe and stuff like that. We get sent through a lot of suggestions, and I think you have to have a real ear to the ground to know it. But at the end of the day, it's a sort of difficult one because there are so many bands we love, we respect, and stuff like that. But it's just finding who can make it work, and you know, whether especially if it's in America and stuff like that, just who's available and stuff. But every person we've played with, we've been lucky enough to sort of really been sort of inspired by the performances they've given and stuff like that. In particular, like a band called Palada from Montreal, and they're amazing. I mean, we just did a co-headline tour with Viagra Boys.
Oh, wow. I need to show you a session they did last year on the Down the Rabbit Hole Festival here in this studio. That was insane as well.
Yeah, it was just all like sort of vegan
They're
food,
crazy.
yoga, yeah, all the time, yeah.
Do you guys have as many tattoos as Sebastian of Viagra Boys?
No, I've got clean skin.
Not even close, no.
Same here.
They're wild boys. Truly wild.
They are. I will show the session in a bit. Now we play Arctic Monkeys. Did you ever meet all of Arctic Monkeys? Because then I'm fucking jealous.
No, we've never. So James Ford is the person who produced this album. He produced the last two albums as well, and he recorded and produced our second album, Drunk Tank Pink, our last one. And he's a real hero. He's someone we have a lot of time for and love for. We've never met them. I mean, they live in Paris, LA, New York, Miami.
They are two big stars now.
Yeah. I don't think you catch them in ski-ins or any of the pubs we mentioned.
I was at the Rock en Seine festival in Paris this year, and I saw some pictures of Alex, who was in a hotel in Paris with hotel rooms for like 2,000 or 3,000 euros a night, something like that.
Yeah, those boys have definitely got some wonga.
But what's interesting with this song is while we were doing Drunk Tank Pink, for the 6 months prior to James doing that album, so that's the last 6 months of 2020 was when Alex Turner was at La Frat writing this on his own, and so it's been that sort of progress. Yeah,
it's in progress for like 2 years, more than 2 years then.
A long time. They recorded all over. I remember speaking to the engineer Anthony, and they were in a studio in Newcastle in England, and then in Paris, and all over the place. You know.
Have you guys ever seen the video of Billy Corgan riding the roller coaster with this song?
No, I haven't seen. I think I have seen that, yeah. Maybe I have.
It's like this. You know what's happening.
I've never seen that.
Is there a shame song we could do something like this with?
I hope so. We've been talking about fucking TikTok for the past 3 days. Well, we haven't been talking about it. I've been informed about it. It seems like that's sort of ruling the universe right now.
TikTok is a strange world. I'm on it since a few months, and I'm actually too old for TikTok.
Good.
When you're 29 or 30, you're too old for TikTok, I think.
I feel like we're too old for TikTok.
We're 25. I feel if you're listening right now and you have some sort of key to this sort of forbidden world that seems to control the universe, fucking put one of our songs on there, please.
Oh, okay. Maybe I could do it because but I'm too old. TikTok is a weird place.
That's what everyone says. They're just like, no. It can basically make you the biggest person in the world, and you're like, how? And they're just like, oh, we don't know.
I felt like the biggest person in the Netherlands because we had to give away albums from Arctic Monkeys signed, the only one in the world. And I put that on TikTok, and like 1,000 or 2,000 people liked it, and people went through the whole of the Netherlands to find that album. It's so weird. God. It's a place to be on, but it's also a very dark place. Hey, like guys, this was your takeover. This was the shame takeover for now, but we are going to talk about this new album, Food for Worms, off air, because this album isn't even released. I heard it, and it's a fucking great album. It's out in about a month of time.
Yeah, February 24th.
Are you guys ready for that album to be released? It's out in the world in a month's time.
Yeah, we're so excited as well. Obviously, our last album came out during COVID, so this
Now
time
you
round.
can actually enjoy it.
Yeah, we're going to go straight on tour. It's going to be classic, yeah.
We're playing. We're also playing the big room in Melkweg on April the
6th on Thursday.
Yeah, there
night.
we go. Thank you very much. There's 17 people stood behind me with their hands there. And we played now in Paradiso, which is one of my favourite venues in the world. And we played in Melkweg, the small room before, and we played in the Ziggo Dome with Pearl Jam. And
You did everything.
Yeah, exactly. So now it's time to conquer. Come down and watch. Yeah, so really, 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 really excited. And I think, me and Sean think it's our best album so far. And whether you agree or not, and take a little listen and find out for yourself.